Today, we're testing 3 AI models, Gemini 3.1 Pro, Claude Opus 4.6 and ChatGPT 5.2 using the exact same prompts to find out which AI model performs the best in motion graphics. We'll be testing these 3 models in Clueso and you can find the link in the description below. Let's get started. To start off the first one, let's try a simple logo animation. In this test, let's give the same prompt to the 3 models trying to animate NVIDIA's logo. Animate my logo with the best suited creative entry animation based on the design of my logo, and after the logo enters, have it stay on the screen for a few moments. Keep it clean and on brand. With the same prompt and SVG file uploaded, GPT was the fastest to create the motion graphic in a matter of 26 seconds. It's kept it really simple though and doesn't get too creative from a basic prompt. However, Claude Opus 4.6 in my opinion is much better here. This output took 20 more seconds in comparison to GPT 5.2 but outperforms tremendously. This animation feels more premium and gets creative with the green highlight that goes across the logo as well. This is Gemini 3.1 Pro's output. I think the only difference between this and Claude Opus 4.6 is a matter of taste. The difference between the two is subjective, but this took double the time Opus 4.6 did. In my opinion, there's a clear winner and Claude Opus 4.6 ranks highest in test number 1. In test number 2, let's see which AI model creates the best motion graphics without a reference image. This time, let's give a prompt with basic direction and some data to go along with it. Create an animated data chart showing revenue growth from 2020 to 2025. Data should be shown sequentially with a 0.1 second stagger. Highlight 2025 with a subtle glow. And this is the data here. GPT was the second fastest model this time, creating a motion graphic in 49 seconds. However, there's multiple problems with it. You see this awkward white cast striking through the chart, a weird text box summarizing the animation in the bottom right corner. You also see the stagger delay prompt was completely ignored and all the bars rise simultaneously. There's also a lack in design sense here, not looking too great overall. This is Opus 4.6. Very impressive performance yet again in test number 2. Opus 4.6 took only 32 seconds to create this motion graphic and nailed it. The stagger delay prompt was respected and overall looks like a great chart that can actually be used. You can also see a slight line here that it has created across the numbers and also created a parameter to remove it, just in case you don't want it. Gemini 3.1 Pro comes in last again with the time taken to generate the motion graphic, but looks significantly much better than ChatGPT 5.2. Gemini has also respected the prompts like Opus 4.6 and looks great overall. Even though this has taken 1 minute 27 seconds to create, I prefer this model over ChatGPT 5.2. But when it comes to an overall winner, Claude Opus 4.6 leads the way yet again by ranking the highest in test number 2. A point that we should definitely note is that for all these tests, we're going to be using the very first output that has been generated by the AI models. Because iterating is quite easy with the multiple parameters that you see here. With a little bit of design sense and a little bit of time, all of these animations can be brought up to the similar level of quality. Let's move on to test number 3. This time, let's see how the AI models handle complex and long prompts. This is a prompt for a mathematical explainer animation that has been created by a designer after 3 iterations refined by AI. We'll also attach an image as a reference for this test and let's see how it goes. This is quite an interesting comparison. All models have done a similar job, but there's a few minute details to consider here. Gemini here is the only model that has respected the reference image and kept the B and A alphabet inside the triangle. However, the C has been offset slightly. Opus is the only model here that has left the primary formula on top without overlapping with the diagram. GPT has not outperformed the other models in any way, but is still a decent job at the motion graphic overall. To decide the winner of this test though, considering time taken to generate these motion graphics is key. The fastest here was Opus with 1 minute 20 seconds. GPT coming in second at 2 minutes 27 seconds and Gemini last at 5 minutes 43 seconds. Looks like this test as well has been won by Claude Opus 4.6. Now let's move on to test number 4. Let's try something ambiguous, something abstract to see how creative decisions are taken by the AI models. Let's give a simple prompt here, animate this and make it feel premium. This is subjective, so let's see what actually stands out. Opus is the fastest model again, but the most disappointing one in this test. It has offset this circle off the square grid and created a less than basic entry animation. The entire image has been treated singularly in this animation in comparison to Gemini. Gemini 3.1 Pro excels in these type of prompts, where you use a PNG instead of an SVG. Gemini uses the image uploaded, converts it into an SVG to animate it freely. It has also added a slight flow to the animation, as you can see here. This is GPT 5.2 with a very different approach. The model has attempted to create a 3D effect and created a very subtle animation in the clock and kept the entry simple. Considering time taken in a task like this may not be the best criteria to evaluate because it's very creative in nature, but in my opinion, Claude Opus loses this round without putting up a fight. GPT has changed the style, which was expected from the task, but still loses in comparison to Gemini's creative capability. So here's my final thoughts. If you're someone with strong design skills and a really solid understanding of prompt engineering, Gemini 3.1 Pro is probably the best model for you. It handles complex prompts really well, but the trade-off here is the time that it takes to generate these animations. It is easily the slowest out of the three models. Now, if you don't necessarily have great design skills and still want awesome animations to go along with your video, Claude Opus 4.6 is the best way to go. It is the fastest model out of the three and generates high quality animations in your very first output. If speed is the absolute priority for you, then GPT 5.2 is the best model for you. That said, Claude Opus 4.6 still significantly outperforms ChatGPT 5.2 while only being 25% slower, which makes it the more balanced and overall best option. But hey, that's just my opinion. But we'd love to hear what you think about all these three models, which you can also test out in Clueso. If there's any other tools or comparisons that you'd like us to review, just drop a comment down below. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.